All right, y'all boy, Andre Drummond. The Cleveland Cavaliers is having a hard time re-signing him or getting him to agree to extension. He's allegedly supposed to opt back into his contract. He could opt out, but there is talk about Boston Celtics having some interest. Let's talk a little bit about our former Piston buddy, Andre Drummond. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically what Cleveland is saying is what Detroit was saying, is that there's not as big a market for supermax centers unless you can do what Anthony Davis or Karl Anthony Towns can do. And right now, Andre Drummond, as much as he want to shoot threes in practice, he's not that guy. And you had a lot of people that were so emotional about losing Drummond. Y'all know, the guy I'm talking about. How can you lose Drummond? How can we get rid of Drummond? Detroit Sports World was telling me him and my man fell out because he said they should trade Drummond. And he right, though. They should have traded Drummond, man. It's just he ain't worth a supermax deal, and now Cleveland having some issues with him, and that's why he went for a second-round pick. Now, had that last year been a team option, the Pistons could have got a first-round pick. It wouldn't have been a lottery pick, but it wouldn't have been able to be a pick that you can bring in a point guard if you like Obi Toppins or James Wiseman or somebody else other than a point guard. They could have brought in Theo from France, or they could have got my man's Cassius Winston. I like him as well, too, but like I said before, people got to understand that Andre Drummond is not a $30+ million guy, and it's, he just not just looking at his skill set. If he can be Ben Wallace or he can be Shaquille O'Neal or Keem Olajuwon on offense or Ben Wallace on defense, then he would kind of, breathe some validity into him being a supermax player. He's not good on either side of the floor. He's a guy that can catch lobs and he can body up the opposing team's best big fella. And that's just the God honest truth, man. And he just don't have a skill set at all. He's just a big athletic guy that's running up and down the floor, that can block an occasional shot, that can catch an alley-oop. He don't have a post game. He can't shoot the rock. He can't anchor a defense. And Cleveland pretty much finding out that this is why you got him for cheap. And now, Boston can step in, and can he, be that guy with Boston? I mean, they don't really have a true point guard. Kemba is a nice point guard that can score. But he could be okay in Boston, catch some lobs, get some rebounds. He's an excellent rebounder. Let me not disrespect him like that. He can be exactly what Boston need. Can they win a championship in Boston if they add Andre Drummond to what they got? Yeah, they just need a little bit more depth in Boston. If they had a little bit more depth, they'll be okay. I mean, if they trade Gordon Hayward and bring some good guys that can bring in the bench, and if you say you can get, Victor Oladipo for a year, or you could bring who else they got over there? Miles Turner, if you don't get Andre Drummond, or you could bring in somebody else, Jeremy Lamb, that can provide you some more bench scoring. Then you can move that Williams kid they got in the draft a couple years ago. He can be a backup big fella. You still got Theus over there. And then you can put Marcus Smart to the bench and Jeremy Lamb. Yeah, I think that can be a championship caliber team, because I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is going to step it up next year and be better defenders and better scorers. And I think, you could trade Kemba Walker and get you a true point guard. But I think Kemba Walker won't be as bad as he was in the bubble as well. But if, Dre go to Boston, if you're a real Piston fan, you hate the Boston Celtics. The only time I smiled on the Boston Celtics was one of my favorite players of all time, Kevin Garnett, got a ring. I hated that they beat, the Lakers that one year, but I actually was happy for Kevin Garnett. For many years, I just loved Garnett. He was probably, behind Allen Iverson, he probably my second or third favorite player. And I was just happy to see him get a championship. Had I rather seen it was in Minnesota or Detroit, yeah. But, happy that he can do that. Anything is possible, but I hated that they won that series. But, it is what it is, man. If Andre Drummond do, go to the Cleveland Cavaliers, stay there, or he go to Boston, best of luck. I don't have no ill will towards him, you know what I'm saying? But he just thought, he was better than what he was, or he had more worth in the market. And he got to look. The dinosaur big man is gone. And even if you was the classic big man, I mean, you're just an athlete that's big. You have never developed the game, never developed the post game, mid-range, over the shoulder left, over the right shoulder hook, or drop step, or you never became a good defender. So, like I said, there was some talk about the Clippers won them last year to fill in the middle for them, but they didn't feel that Drummond was ready. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about Drummond having issues in Cleveland and possibly going to the Boston Celtics. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you kind of think about that. Excuse me, a little bit tired. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, especially if you got something locally, you got a business you want to promote. My channel got good rates. I don't really breaking nobody back. Always try to help, local businesses and stuff of that nature. But other than that, want to make a donation, just share the video for your boy. But Cash App and PayPal is in the description. Cash App is CJ Good 313. Other than that, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. One time for the one time we go.